Well, as it is, you've heard the Minister of Police Affairs, Muhammad Maigari Dingyadi, talking about the case of Abba Kyari. And aside that, he also spoke on the matter of Ibrahim Magu. Remember that there are reports that Ibrahim Magu is still very much on the payroll of the federal government, and Nigerians are questioning and asking why exactly is that so? This is a man who has been probed, and the response is so shocking that Nigerians, I really don't understand what is going on in the country, and very much not just is still in the payroll, is still very much in service, is still very much working for the government. Wow. Well, I will bring you more details about all of this, but please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, like, and also share this video. Yes, he said, and also speaking on the fate of Ibrahim Magu, the former acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), the minister said even though the panel set up by the president to investigate the allegations leveled against Magu had submitted its report to President Buhari, the Police Affairs Ministry has not received any communication from the presidency. He said Magu, Commissioner of Police, is currently on duty at the force headquarters in Abuja, as he was only suspended as the anti-graft agency chairman and not from service as a policeman. The matter is investigated. The man is still in the service in the force headquarters. I don't want to expatiate at this particular time as to what is happening to the report of the committee. What I know is that the matter has been submitted to Mr. President, and as far as I know, no communication has yet to be submitted to the ministry or the police force on this matter. So we are waiting for the final outcome, and the public will be informed as and when the need arises. Of course, he is still a police officer, even though he is under suspension. What you know is that he used to be the chairman of EFCC, but he is no longer one, he said. Yes, I remember that the former EFCC boss was probed for over 3 months by a judicial panel of inquiry led by former president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Ayo Salami. The panel made several recommendations, but the report has not been made public till date. The president later in February 2021 named Abdulrasheed Bawa as the new EFCC chairman to replace Magu. Giving an update on Magu's case on the program, the minister said the matter is investigated and the man is still in service. He's still on the force headquarters. I don't want to expatiate on this matter on this material time as to what is happening to the report of the committee. What I know is that the report has been submitted to Mr. President, as he earlier stated. He said, well, of course, he's still a police officer, and though he's under suspension, he used to be the chairman of EFCC, but is no longer one. But also, he has not left the police force. But that does not mean he's not on the payroll of the federal government. He is still a civil servant. He's still a police officer until a final decision is taken on the matter. I don't think I should say anything more than I have said on this matter, as Dengadi have said. And we all know that there are some politics that are being played in this. How can you probe someone for over 3 months and at the end of the day is still very much one of the senior police officers in the country and still in the federal government's payroll? He still enjoys all the benefits. So what happened to the case? What happened to the Justice Ayo led, Salami's led investigation panel? Because there was nothing that came out of that. At the end of all this, remember that when Magu said he will begin to call out names, that when he begins to mention names, that Nigeria will quake. That was his exact statement. I cannot forget. He said when he begins to mention names, that Nigeria will quake. And ever since then, this case has been swept under the carpet without anybody being able to investigate the matter. The matter just died just like that. Nobody was able to raise eyebrows or even say anything about, all of that matters, because remember that he even mentioned the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. He mentioned him and said he is even one of those who have been causing this confusion. And when he began to say some things about him, that was when that case was beginning to die down, and they began to bring the matter down because they know a lot of people will be affected. And Buhari, in his own way, does not want his administration to look totally bad, that those under him are all, frauds, especially his ministers. Remember that he has ministers already that have cases, underground cases that Nigerians are very much aware about. So he does not really want to get himself involved in more of all of that. And I guess that is why he had to sweep this case of Ibrahim Magu under the carpet. And now remember that even in court, when people ask that this court case be brought to the public, and even the justices said they don't have the right to bring this case forward except the president does something about it. And also the president is not saying anything about it. And now the DCP is also saying the same thing, that he cannot, the Minister of Police is also saying the same thing. Dingyadi is saying that this is beyond him, that it is in the hands of the president to make a final decision on the case of Ibrahim Magu, and nobody should question him if Ibrahim Magu is still in service or not. He said though he was suspended as the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, but that does not stop him from being, or still did not stop him from being a police officer. So he's still on duty, he's still doing his duty as a police officer, and he's still in the federal government payroll. So he's still being paid. In fact, he's a senior officer. So you can see there are a lot of hanky-panky playing out here, and the president is not saying anything about it. So let's still keep our fingers crossed and see if this case is going to come up anytime soon, or if the president is going to totally forget about it. But cases like this, if not properly handled now, if the next administration should come, these are some of the people that will likely suffer, because these guys will likely be probed. Remember that the same thing also happened during the NDDC probe. That case till today is still swept under the carpet, and nobody knows the outcome of that case. Everyone still says it's in the hands of the president. So there are a lot of cases that, if this administration leaves today, a lot of people are going to suffer, because their cases were not settled before this administration went by. So they should be very careful, because some of these cases are likely going to come up in future. So guys, that is it. I don't know what you think about this. Do you think Ibrahim Magu should still be in service even after his investigation, and all fraud related cases leveled against him? Or do you think that he should continue as a police officer that he is? Well, I expect your comment, and don't forget to like this video. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.